virulently violent it was. I think that played such an important role in the crimes of the Nazi regime. So I'm going to have to say he ranks number 3, and that is Minister of Propaganda orchestrated the brainwashing of Germany to pave the way for the Holocaust in the Second World War. He ranks 3rd in Hitler's
Join the club today. Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month.
Don't miss out on this limited time offer. $1 down, $15 a month. Deal ends February 13th.
The turmoil of World War II enters its 27th year. Japanese troops storm Shanghai. German armies stand at the gates of Moscow, leaving 6.5 million casualties in their wake. Nazi Germany has one Europe in its grip. Under siege, Britain hangs on by a thread.
Well, look at these from families and spectrum.
76% of her citizens.
Mom and Dad own the world right now.
At 7:55 a.m., the peace is shattered. 360 Japanese warplanes descend on Pearl Harbor. World War II has come to America.
Well, the little brother's coming to wreak havoc.
This is America's war as never seen before. From the unique vantage point of space.
It's like aliens watching it.
Witness the key battles unfold.
That's what it looks like.
And the military
It's like aliens watching us, bro.
in stunning detail. Revealed are the
all the
political
aliens checking out what's going on
the
from up in
global battle
space,
for
bro.
resources, and the astounding awakening of American military and manufacturing might.
Spain's refusal to join the war and Italy's sequential fall and a failure to get Mexico to invade us is how the Germans really didn't succeed.
Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor will send shockwaves across the globe.
Oh, that all provoked
It's
shit.
feared a strike for months. Since 1931, Japan's imperial ambition has grown bolder and bolder. First Manchuria, when France falls to Mexico, Japan seizes control. The U.S. response is rapid. Japan's financial assets are frozen, and an oil embargo is imposed. The message is clear. Withdrawal from Indochina will be
Like a threat of one to go.
stop territorial expansion, get into the demands of the war.
Japan chooses war. In the words of Prime Minister Tojo, it is either glory or decline. It is imperative that they make the first decisive strike.
The Japanese knew they were never going to go toe-to-toe with the United States in a long naval war. They knew they didn't have the economic might, the military might, but it was a calculation that they could administer a knock-out blow to the capital ships of the U.S. Pacific Fleet. If you
could destroy the Pacific Fleet, the ability of the Americans to respond to anything for many
Kill
months
the capital ships in
would
the
be
fleet.
taken away.
All
So
you'd
the
have
strike
done
of
is
Pearl Harbor was
stalemated
not
it.
just a strike at a symbol of American power, it was American power in the Pacific.
Admiral Yamamoto's fleet departs Japan on the longest assault in history. Avoiding shipping lanes and landmass, they arrive unseen
It's on the backside
275
of the
miles from
island.
their
I didn't
target.
know that.
It's the perfect vantage point.
Attacking from
Beyond
a
the
spot
range of
you shouldn't
America's
be able
defensive
to.
radar. Maximum strike distance for its force of 400 miles. The jewel in the crown.
It's faster than anything that they've used before. It's incredibly maneuverable and it has extreme range. But while the technology was pretty good,
China.
what mattered at Pearl Harbor was the man.
Already been fighting China since 1933.
Japanese pilots have been in the war for years. So they're well trained. You add on top of that, they've been playing their attack they've been running war games, simulating it, going through the
They've been running Mo
so
games.
basically, many of them have
Mo games, ain't it?
At 7:55 a.m., the first wave of bombers swoop from the sky. On the deck of the USS Arizona is John Stratton.
I knew right away that they were Japanese planes.
Oh, what's the matter, Bob? Had to get your toenails cut by a professional or something. You won't let Mama do it. I know when you're coming to
Planes were racing in and fly bombing. It was just a horrible experience and
I know.
it was a high altitude bomb that dropped like a 2,000 pound bomb. I mean, it just
Japan and America's
path and
baby brother and dad fighting.
horrendous. It just was like you'd lost your home.
The Arizona, Oklahoma, West Virginia, and California are sunk. The rest severely damaged. In 68 days, Japan has tripled the size of America's Pacific Fleet.
From a Japanese perspective, the attack on Pearl Harbor succeeded beyond the most optimistic expectations. When you consider the losses that the Japanese suffered, essentially nothing.
The Japanese lose 64 men to 3,649 U.S. casualties.
But that kill ratio
Ratio
for every
67 to
island we
1.
take. Back across the pond, man.
Finds two major flaws in the attack.
They failed to insist on military attacks the oil fields, the oil storage tanks at Pearl Harbor. If they had spent one more sortie taking out those oil tanks, they would have crippled the whole Pacific Fleet, which wouldn't have had the fuel supplies to keep going.
More significant are the ships the Japanese failed to target.
American aircraft carriers were absent from Pearl Harbor at the time of the Japanese attack. And as things evolved very quickly,
A lot of
it became clear that the
propaganda in
aircraft
this, though. It
carriers
ain't that they
destined to
failed to
become
target
the
it,
most
it's just they
significant
weren't there.
for either side in the Pacific War, and the American carriers were
Yamamoto knew very well what he had to hit, but for
Oil
some reason
supplies
didn't.
and air
He didn't send in the third wave. It didn't have to do with targeting. It was targeted.
And Japan fails to damage.
When you go rogue, you go all in on flavor.
Sleeping American giants.
Now with more than 10 bold flavors that pack a punch, go rogue.
massive casualties. The United countries that before this had been rather divided about what to do about the war. Pearl Harbor was it.
This was like a lightning rod for the American population. No longer was President Roosevelt limited in his options. He had a United States population that was angry and unified and desired revenge against Japan.
The era of isolationism is over. America is at war and begins its rise to become the most powerful nation on
Propaganda. Fuck goddamn movies.
Washington calculates victory will cost $300 billion, $4.4 trillion in today's money.
Hey, China penetrated San Diego or Chicago. We had to drop a nuke on ourselves, bro. Get the motherfuckers to stop, bro. Huh? They don't want that cookie. I mean, why would you go to somebody's house that's owes you money for however long, $200 and beat them up? You know what I'm saying? Bitch, give me my money. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just depends on how you want to look at it.
America's most potent propaganda asset.
I've done it. I whooped the shit out of somebody for owing me money, bro. Didn't get my money either. Just whooped the shit out of them. Just for the principle of it. You know, it just depends on how you look at that.
Chicago, 2 huge celebrity rallies sell over $15 million.
So, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, we had a volunteer army, man. It'd be like like the droid army coming up in here, bro. Because their shit's mandatory in China.
Everybody aligned behind.
Unless we institute some type of draft, but it'd be too late.
You're the one who wanted to book a place with our own pool.
Yep.
Why do commercials always...
When you'd rather...
Hey, shut up. Nobody care about polo.
Is huge.
America and its beleaguered allies are going to lose every state. 4 days after Pearl Harbor, Nazi Germany declared...
I remember I got into an argument with Mom one time, and I was like, you shut up and stay over there. I'm styling in this bitch. Better shut the hell up.
It looked as if the military
When you go rogue, you go all in
Yeah,
on flavor.
Spain, not in a war. And Italy doesn't have control right there like they're supposed to.
Now with more than 10 bold flavors that back
And
up
I don't know if the letter to Mexico ever made it there.
America is
Or
at
he
the
probably
epicenter
just
of
ignored
the
it.
greatest conflict
Not
in
sure who
history.
even the president was in
Roosevelt
Mexico.
must make the biggest call of any U.S. presidency. Which enemy to engage first?
And they had to make sure that Britain survived. Keeping Britain afloat was essential to the long-term prospects of victory. It stood as a large aircraft carrier that would enable an invasion onto the continent. If Britain fell under Nazi domination,
For Roosevelt, the future of Great Britain is the future of the war. But after 17 months of fighting alone,
There's no future
it's
for Great Britain, for real.
on a knife edge.
That's a almost 200-year-old thing that's going to end right
Is
there.
to keep her supply routes open. A fragile lifeline German Admiral Dönitz seeks to destroy.
Britain depended on the import of 5 million tons of stuff. German Admiral Dönitz argued very persuasively to subtract 1 million tons a month from the grain Britain was needing.
Dönitz's lethal weapon is the U-boat, capable of traveling thousands of miles submerged and armed with a
Enigma
deadly
code
cocktail
machine.
detector.
First one of these right here on the table, Mo.
It is the perfect weapon to starve Britain into submission.
when they're sending
But
over 9,000 tons
Magnetron was one of those too.
with one munition, one torpedo. When it detonates, it creates this void underneath the vessel that creates the vessel to collapse.
It's the difference between being stabbed and someone breaking your back. It's a killer.
When you go rogue, you don't just settle for one flavor. You want flavors that pack a punch.
Dönitz's response is devastating.
Admiral Dönitz introduced this thing called Rudolph.
Now with more than 10 bold flavors, go rogue.
And instead of taking a failure, like everyone's going to the buildings would have their U-boat sailing around the field. And then they would use radio signals to attack and overwhelm the defenses of the continent.
The results are devastating. You get caught by a pack of these, you might lose
the Atlantic under the water.
Winston Churchill not Britain to be able to fight this war.
Churchill tirelessly lobbied though officially neutral. The U.S. gave 50 destroyers to Britain to keep it in the fight. In return, Britain handed over 8 of its overseas bases to America and dismantled its preferential trading
Damn!
system
Look at how big their empire was to make that deal. We gave 15 countries independence, dude, including India.
It accelerates the collapse of the British Empire. Makes the empire more and more unaffordable. Winston Churchill, that's a very
When you go
I don't know. India's kind of
top 20
confusing.
playlist doesn't
They
set
support.
You
They don't like China, but they support the hell out of
great
Putin.
taste.
So I don't know. They
No
be
compromises.
one of them countries. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, they're unpredictable. They like oil like we do, and they get a lot of it from Putin.
For the Allies, the amount of Allied shipping that sunk goes up by these astronomical amounts.
By mid-1922, 2,703 Allied ships had sunk.
Damn.
A kill ratio of 36 to 1.
That's why we need
It's an
Greenland.
unsustainable rate of loss.
Because of how the shape of the world is. And it is shaped like an egg on
The
there.
liberty of Britain
That's
and the
weird.
freedom of Europe hang by a thread. Mid-1942, Britain released to the spring. American ships coming to its aid are being destroyed. Gain the upper hand in the intelligence.
The most critical factor in the Americans and the British. It maximized the technological and intellectual capabilities of both sides.
The precedent for this organization is the Tizard mission. 15 months
That's
before
one of the
Pearl
most
Harbor
important
attack.
boxes that ever came here.
With Nazi invasion seemingly inevitable, Henry Tizard, head of the British Aeronautical Committee, persuades scientific innovation Britain holds in exchange for access to U.S. production lines. The blueprints are packed into a single trunk.
Got a magnetron in it that works.
Washington, D.C. in September
Dang
1980.
it, I'm watching this movie on.
Contains the memorandum on the feasibility of atomic bomb designed for generators, rockets, superchargers, gyroscopic gun sights, submarine detection devices, self-sealing fuel tanks, plastic explosives, and perhaps the most important invention of World War
The
II.
Magnetron 12.
A working
First computer
magnetron
ever.
number 12. An advancement in radar technology 1,000 times more effective than the best American counterpart. This is
The
revolution.
first American computer anyway. Germans had it with the Enigma.
Then you can take that technology and take it anywhere on the
They
battlefield.
won't tell you that's what they are, but that's, I mean, people say we didn't have technology, you know, whatever, dude.
Its first challenge, to close
Look what
the
it's
deadly
doing.
mid-Atlantic gap. From space, the boneyard of Allied shipping is startlingly revealed.
You can fly missions from the United States, you can fly missions from Britain.
By April 1943, 450 Allied ships have been launched. But new carriers are launched, loaded with long-range aircraft, fitted with the Magnetron and the gap begins to close.
It turns the Atlantic from this wide mass in which the U-boat can hide in to find you out there.
As British codebreakers crack the German Enigma code, the final piece of the Allied assault falls into place, and the tactical and technological advancement is exploited in the convoy battle known as ONS-5.
battles, one of the most important battles in April 43, and it's important because it demonstrated clearly how the Allies had gone.
42 ships of the slow-moving Alliance 5 convoy leave Liverpool for Canada. For Durnitz, it is a perfect target.
Durnitz is feeling this great sense of urgency. He needs to sink more and more tons of shipping.
When you go rogue, you go all in on flavor.
The first wave of U-boats sink 13 Allied ships.
Now with more than 10 bold flavors that pack a punch.
Yeah, that
Go rogue.
Magnetron 12, I can see you.
With the German foes in the vast radar, the Allies strike back within the sea.
Durnitz fights longer than he should, brings in more units than he should, and then that's screwed up by the convoy. Durnitz says Valley Landing's over. The British and Americans are becoming protecting all people, chasing them down and killing them.
The Battle of the Atlantic. And the astonishing transformation of American industry will start to dictate the fortunes of war.
You can't predict some things.
Oh, get off.
The might to outproduce the action. On an unprecedented industrial and social revolution.
You had a war industrial board, and they looked around the United States and said, this particular place is going to be where we're going to build tanks, we're going to build planes here. And so the population
It's as if in World War II somebody had picked up the North American continent, the Eastern Seaboard, and raised